We're used to hearing actors promote their films, but it's more funny when they trash them and have the humor to talk about it. Whether the actor wants to admit it or not, well, that's another story. Sir Ben Kingsley has kept mum on his reasons for playing the flatulence-prone sex guru Tuggin Maputa in 2008's The Love Guru. Wait. Look at this character. Holy shit. And also, Warren Beatty repeatedly defends his legendary 1987 bomb Ishtar, but in 1991, Beatty told Entertainment Weekly that Ishtar is a very good, not very big comedy made by a brilliant woman, and I think it's funny. Yeah, sure. Way to keep it polite there, Warren. To calumniate one's own not-so-stellar handiwork has become a popular pastime in Hollywood. So in this video, Patrol Clip will count down 10 actors who hate their own movies. And of course, they have publicly stated their hatred for the movies they've been in, and weren't afraid to spray a little venom at the films they'd like to erase from their resumes. But before we begin, yeah, you know the drill. Hit like, subscribe, and ring the little notification bell to receive updates on more videos like this one. And here we go! Number 10. Brad Pitt, The Devil's Own. In February of 1997, 8 weeks before The Devil's Own premiered, Brad Pitt shared his disappointment about Alan Pakula's IRA thriller with Newsweek. "We had no script," Pitt said. "Well, we had a great script, but it got tossed for various reasons. You have to make something up as you go along. Jesus, what pressure! It was ridiculous. It was the most irresponsible bit of filmmaking, if you can even call it that I've ever seen." Well, damn, Brad. Tell us how you really feel. Number 9. George Clooney in The Return of the Killer Tomatoes. George Clooney's likability factor seems to improve with age, but there's a dark spot in his past. His return as Batman. Playing a superhero is pretty much the best thing that can happen to an actor's career. Clooney did benefit from the name recognition the role gave him, but that's about it.
Listen, Matt, I've got a real problem with Tara.
I'll say that's the ugliest little red dog I've ever seen.
What I mean is, she's acting strange. Buddy, she likes you.
Being the chairman of Hollywood and known as a wonderful actor, he's been known to joke about his work as the Caped Crusader in Batman and Robin, even saying that he thought they, quote-unquote, might have killed the franchise. Luckily for us, that wasn't the case until its revival in 2005 when Christopher Nolan rebooted the series. At Newsweek's 2012 Oscar Roundtable, Clooney talked about the dangers of acting for money. He quoted, "As an actor, all bets are off if you need money," he declared. "I've done really crappy movies or crappy jobs when I was broke, and people go, 'Why did you do Return of the Killer Tomatoes?' Well, because I got the job." So, there you have it, folks. The root of all evil at it again. Number 8. Julia Roberts, I Love Trouble. Julia Roberts did not earn her America's Sweetheart moniker by being difficult, but Nick Nolte wouldn't know that. The two actors fell way short of expectations when they teamed up for I Love Trouble, Charles Shire's tribute to the fast-talking comedy. It wasn't long before the press got wind of the dueling actors on set, and while her team tried to avoid damage, Roberts couldn't keep herself from making some thinly masked digs at her co-star. In a 1993 interview, she told the New York Times, "From the moment I met him, we sort of gave each other a hard time, and naturally we get on each other's nerves. While he can be completely charming and very nice, he's also completely disgusting. He's going to hate me for saying this, but he seems to go out of his way to repel people. He's a kick."
You know, Peterson, if I knew what you knew and you knew what I know.
As for the film itself, well, audiences and critics just didn't like it. Big shocker. Number 7. Mickey Rourke, Passion Play. It's probably not all that surprising that Mickey Rourke has done his fair share of defame to his own movies. After all, this is a man who gave up his career as a Hollywood hunk to get his face beaten in for a living. But in 2011, Rourke opened up to New York Magazine about his many failed cinematic efforts. When asked about Passion Play, the movie he had recently wrapped up with Megan Fox and Bill Murray, Rourke noted that it was
Terrible. Another terrible movie. But, you know, in your career and all the movies you make, you're gonna make dozens of terrible ones.
Yeah. Fair enough, Mickey. Fair enough. Number 6, Sylvester Stallone, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Sylvester Stallone doesn't pull any punches when it comes to his film career. Despite co-starring with the delightful Estelle Getty as the titular violence-prone mother, Stallone knows just how bad the film was. Stallone said,
Yeah, I made some awful movies, but with no doubt, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot was the worst. If you ever want someone to confess to murder, just make him or her sit through that film. Don't confess to anything after 15 minutes,
he stated. Oh, damn. Now I really want to see it. Number 5, Halle Berry, Catwoman. When she showed up to collect her Razzie Award for Worst Actress for the film, wherein she told the crowd,
You know, I've got so many people to thank because you don't win a Razzie without a lot of help from a lot of people. First of all, I want to thank Warner Brothers. Thank you for putting me in a piece of shit, god-awful movie. You know, it was just what my career needed, you know? I was at the top, and then Catwoman just plummeted me down to the bottom.
After winning an Oscar for the indie hit Monsters Ball, Halle Berry donned the famous cat suit. Neither Berry's manager, agent, lawyers, acting coach, nor the film's writers, cast, and director could escape her wrath. Got a deep scratch there, Halle. Deep scratch. Number 4, Michael Caine, Jaws: The Revenge. The 1980s were a particularly odd time as they saw Michael Caine regularly transitioning from fantastic roles to atrocious ones. Maybe his English accent makes him pan his own films as entertainingly as Michael Caine. Well, the two-time Oscar winner has seen his career resurrected in those years, thanks in large part to Christopher Nolan. The decades haven't always been so kind to Sir Michael. In 1986, Caine was too busy shooting the 4th film in the Jaws franchise to accept his Best Supporting Actor Oscar for Woody Allen's Hannah and Her Sisters. But in his 1992 autobiography, What's It All About?, Caine wrote of Jaws: The Revenge, I've never seen it, but by all accounts it is terrible. However, I have seen the house that it built, and it's terrific. Yeah, a small bite into your career. No worries. Number 3, Gwyneth Paltrow, View from the Top. She may get a lot of gunfire for her lifestyle blog Goop, but when it comes to picking the right roles, Gwyneth Paltrow has made a few missteps. The 2 exceptions, according to the Oscar-winning actress, are Shallow Hal and this flight attendant comedy. Calling it shite in a 2006 interview with The Guardian, Paltrow described the movie as terrible. Oh, don't worry, Gwyneth. We'll still be your fans, even if your product has an adorably funny name. That makes me wanna goop, goop-a-doop, goop-a-doop, goop-a-doop-a-doop. Okay, I'm done. Number 2, Charlize Theron, Reindeer Games. The 2000 action film Reindeer Games starred Ben Affleck, Gary Sinise, and Charlize Theron, and was directed by John Frankenhammer. Sounds like the making of a decent and profitable project, don't you think? I mean, I personally thought it was okay, but somehow it all failed to come together. In the end, the film lost a lot of money and compiled a wealth of negative reviews, including one from its lead actress who simply stated,
Reindeer Games was not a good movie.
Well, Charlize, that's just one dark spot in your career, as everyone has, right? Number 1, Mark Wahlberg, The Happening. Mark Wahlberg doesn't exactly seem like a guy who lives his life afraid of trees. But that is the odd position M. Night Shyamalan's 2008 film The Happening put him in. Every actor used to want to sign up for an M. Night Shyamalan movie in the hopes that it would have an amazing twist, like The Sixth Sense. Well, unfortunately, these days, the twist is usually that the movie you're in is gonna suck. Big time. Still, we can't blame Marky Mark for taking this role. He played against his normal, comfortable role type as a science teacher in this critically panned flick, which, as it is worth pointing out, holds a whopping 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah.
Mrs. Jones, could we talk calmly for a second? Just hear me out. See, I'm a teacher.
Wahlberg has publicly stated that Amy Adams dodged a bullet by declining Zooey Deschanel's part. Even Saturday Night Live had a field day making fun of his role and came up with the now viral and superior Mark Wahlberg Talks to Animals sketch. Wahlberg, as it turns out, doesn't look back too lovely on the film. Go figure. He went on to record during a press conference for The Fighter when he described a conversation with a fellow actor. We actually had the luxury of having lunch before trying to talk about another movie, and it was a bad movie that I did. Then I was able to... I don't want to tell you what movie... Alright. The Happening. Fuck it. That's what it is. Fucking trees, man. The plants. Fuck. You can't blame me for not wanting to try and play a science teacher. At least I wasn't playing a cop or a crook. Yeah. Sure, Mark. I'm sure Mr. Shyamalan has his crappy days as well. Well, guys, that's it for today on Patrol Clip. Make sure you hit like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date with all our videos. And if you have any other comments, drop them below. And until next time.